Namaste, welcome back on this channel YouTube, Yoga Spanda, and here is the second episode of our series on Navaratri and how we can benefit from it. In this episode I wanted to speak a little bit more about the symbolism behind what is behind those stories related with Durga. First of all, I wanted to say that previously I mentioned that out of 4 Navaratri during the year, 2 are more important, and out of these 2, we are now in the one of the spring, but the other one is more corresponding with fall time. So this one in the spring is more celebrated in the northeast of India, and is thus also connected with the symbolism of Durga, with the archetype of Durga. But in fact, if you explore a little bit Navaratri, you will see that you may find some area in India or some different tradition where they will connect the Navaratri more with other aspects. You can find Navaratri more dedicated just for the goddess Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and art. You can find Navaratris dedicated to various of the Mahavidyas, Kali, Tara, Tripur Sundari, Bhuvanaveshwari, etc. You can find also Navaratris connected with Ganesha and with Vishnu. So this one generally being celebrated more in the area of Bengal and all this Calcutta and all this place is connected with Durga. So I'm just going to speak a little bit about the symbolism behind that, just to help us to understand what is happening there. Basically, Durga, there is various story of her origin. As you know, probably in India there is many holy scripture of Hinduism, and various one may introduce various gods and goddess with various names and with various origin story and all these things. So it's very rich, and it's really rich in variation. So one of the story of the origin says that there was a demon called Mahishasura, powerful demon, that had a dream, the dream to conquer the whole universe, and not only the physical one, but also the more subtle, the Swapna and Shushupti, so the world of the astral and the world of the causal. So to do that, he had to acquire more power. He was already quite powerful, but he had to acquire more power. So he was doing penance. In the mythology in India, you will find enormous amount of stories of gods or demons doing penance in order to get more powers, paranormal power, in order to get more control. So this time he was doing penance towards Lord Brahma, the creator, the force of creation in the universe. So he was doing very strong penance, and thus Brahma appeared to him, being pleased of his penance, and asked him, "What do you wish?" And he asked, "I want to become invincible, that no man and no gods could kill me during battles. So I would be invincible towards them." So Brahma was like, "Okay, you did your penance, I have to give you that siddhi." So I give him this paranormal power, and obviously the demon, having that, feeling totally invincible, he started to conquer the whole various levels of existence and create a lot of havoc there and turmoils. And so all the gods were like totally panicked, because none of them could defeat him in battles. So the whole worlds, the 3 worlds, were getting very lot of despair. So they came to Brahma and said, "What have you done? No, this demon is invincible and we cannot defeat him." So Brahma called Shiva and Vishnu for help, and they meditated, they did contemplation, and out of their meditation God created the goddess Durga. That was a very strong manifestation of the cosmic goddess, the source of the manifestation, the source of the universe. So not only that, but also all the gods came and offered her various weapons. So you will see her with like many arms, and in each arm she has various weapons in order to defeat the demon. So as the request of Mahishasura, it was to be invincible against man or gods, then a goddess was not part of that. So the goddess came and started to fight with him. In spite of the fact that he could not be totally invincible, he was very strong, so he had a lot of power. So the fight was very intense with a lot of things happening. You can see more in details about that if you explore this myth more in details. So basically, the way it is narrated is that each night corresponds to the incarnation of one specific avatar of Durga, fighting with the demon and kind of killing him, but then he reappeared, and again killing, and then reappeared, and finally comes the after the 9 nights of the 10 days of Navaratri, the victory of Durga against Mahishasura, the demon. So how is it kind of interesting for us? When we discover all these mythological stories, it can be from Hinduism, it can be from Buddhism, it can be from various other religions, Christianism, Islam, or others. There is often this kind of fight, and sometimes it is misunderstood, thinking that you have to go and fight your neighbors because they don't have the same belief, the same religion than you. Well, in fact, if you go deeper, if you understand the more mystical aspect of these scriptures, you'll see that this is only a reflection of an inner fight. In Indian Tantra, in the Indian Tantra tradition, they insist on the fact that we kind of are born in ignorance. We are kind of ignorance of our true nature. We are kind of under the spell of illusion, what they call Maya, by the fact that we are totally identified with our sensation, or emotion, or thought. Psychologically, you can say with your mask, with the different aspect of your personality, you think that this is you, this is what you are, your name, your age, your profession, all these things, your sex, your religion, your country, all these things. Well, in Tantra and in many traditions, they say that this is ignorance. You are much more than that. You are not just that. This is transient content, sensation. You have sensation, but you are not ultimately the sensation. The same with emotion and thought. And basically, those period of time, those intense spiritual processes are there to increase the process of purification towards this different identification. So they are a great occasion to have more clarity. Why? Because simply by bringing more awareness on this strong energy time, because in the mythology they say that Durga during that period of time is there physically, like it is there in this world. It's not only like in another plane that you can call upon and get help. No, she is more there. She is in this physical reality, and so this is very auspicious. This is very good time to connect with this aspect, because they will help you more directly to purify and to get deeper levels of recognition of your true nature. So basically, during that time, you will have more energy. But what does it mean? To have more energy is not the goal only, because just having more energy can give you can have a lot of energy, like it's full moon and you have a lot of energy, you want to go crazy, you want to go and dance and stuff, but this is not spatially integrated. Sometimes when you have more energy, you just kind of misuse it, you go kind of chaotically. So the goal of this period where there is more energy accessible is also to bring more awareness, to bring more kind of consciousness. So you use this energy as a kind of a deeper cleaning process. It's like it's a more strong soap in order to kind of have more clarity about yourself. So basically during those periods, and this is the case of all these astrological periods that are beneficial, there is much more opportunity to kind of bring awareness on deeper layers of your being, realizing that whatever comes, it's more and more not your true nature, that there is something deeper and something deeper and something deeper. So the 9 nights of Durga are like this. It's a 9-night process, 9 days process, in which you kind of explore deeper and deeper levels of yourself, and you start to kind of remove these impurities, remove this misconception of who you are, and you start to get closer and closer to your true nature, true self, the pure consciousness aspect. So this is an occasion of purification of all the Shakti aspect of yourself, as I said. Shakti is everything, all the manifested part of the world, all the universe is Shakti. So whatever phenomena you have personally, it's just part of Shakti. So by bringing more awareness on the Shakti aspect, by calling kind of the mother and getting her help, you start to kind of purify all this misconception, all this misunderstanding, all these layers, and you start to kind of center yourself more and more in your true nature. So this is what I was wanting to say for this session. Next session, we're getting closer and closer to Navaratri. I'm gonna speak maybe about some tools, and then obviously also I'm gonna maybe introduce a little bit more how it is celebrated in some tradition, and maybe some reference, some links that will help you to connect with those if you are interested. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you a beautiful spring day. Spring is coming soon here. It's already kind of, sun is shining. There is also a lot of winds, but yeah, you see winter is slowly leaving us. So happy spring to all of you, and thank you for your attention. If you like, don't hesitate to comment and to like. Basically, it helps to develop a little bit this channel. Thank you for your attention.